then to a G minor 7, to a C, then to a D minor, then back to a G minor. G minor 7, same thing, to the D minor, except here we're playing what appears to be a D suspended fourth. Right? We have thumb on the D, index finger on the G, pinky on the C. Alright, let's play through that passage a little bit faster. Play that one more time. That's the end of the right hand for the intro section. So on the left hand, we're playing a G minor, except we're leaving out the B flat. And the rhythm stays the same. Dun, 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 dun. So it sounds like this on the piano. To a C octave, to a D octave, and then instead of playing an F octave, in my arrangement, I play an F with the thumb and then a C with our index finger, which makes it part of the F major chord. And then after, you just hit the C. So from the D minor octave, then repeat, G minor, C octave, D octave, and the second time around, instead of just playing a C note, we add the E on the bottom with our pinky. And repeat that. Third time, we go back to just playing the C note. That's the end of the left hand for the intro section. Together it sounds like this, very slowly. And that's the end of the first half of the introduction. The second half goes like this, in the right hand anyways. A, C, B flat chord, high E, F and D, to an F. And then you play it up an octave. High E, an F without a C. Now you add in the C and leave out the F. We're ending on a C. in our left hand, and then quickly tapping that F before moving to an F octave. Rolling, and then ending on the first and the third from the C chord. C and an E. Well, actually, the first time we do that, we then go into this. So it sounds like this. Then we move up. Now together, it sounds like this. Pay close attention to my right hand. I'll tell you when. Right here. Right? Okay? So that's kind of just the end of the phrase. And I play around on this. It seems like an F major 7 chord. Okay. So after we're done with that intro bit, we move into basically what I would call the drop. You recognize it? If this song was going to blow out your speakers, that is when it would happen. I'm going to focus on the left hand because you really need to get down both the rhythm, the notes, and the feel of the left hand to understand the rest of the song. So we're generally relying on octaves. For this part in particular, we start on a B flat and move down to a G. Now as soon as we play those 3 notes, we drop the thumb and we play the rest of the phrase just with our just with single notes. So you come back up. C, D, F, and you end on an E here, which kind of leaves it unresolved. Now every other time you go through the phrase, you resolve on a C. So you do this again. Going to the E. And then the 4th time, we add in one more drop. B flat, A, but then we're moving up to the verse chord, which we won't worry about that quite yet. So in our right hand, during this time, we're just playing chords. Remember these chords because they're fundamental to most of the song. So the first one is a G flat. And you want to play these particular voicings in order to stay in the style of the original recording. I listened to it very closely and these are the voicings that it uses. Start here. Then go to a B flat. To an F. To a C. Does this 3 times. That's our 3rd time. Now the 4th time is when Chris Martin starts woo, And we're going to mimic his melody as well as some of the underlying chords with our right hand. Now put together it sounds like this. Now take note that while you're playing the root notes in your left hand, you're simultaneously hitting the next chord in your right hand. Although it may not end on the first beat of the next measure, you're kind of playing on an offbeat. Now the fourth time, Alright, now on to the first verse. In our right hand, this is what we have. So starting on a G minor, like usual. To an F and a C. To an F. Well, to a C on the bottom with an F and an A. C and G. Lead up to the next section with A, C, C, F, the second time. And that's it for that part. Our left hand, we start on a G minor, moving to a B flat suspended second. And basically that's a G minor where you move your pinky down to the F and include the C. Nice chord. To an F with a C in the bass. To a C. And then you play a G at the end in line with you playing an A and a C, if you remember, from the right hand. Leading into the next part. Okay, so let's put the two together and see what we get. You may notice that sometimes I omit the middle note from a chord, and you can do the same. Rather than actually playing. Moving on to the chorus. G dreams of D, F, G. When you play para, para, you have a D in the bass. And you move to a C in the bass. And you move back to the D in the bass. Every time she closed her left hand, you're pretty much playing the same rhythm that we used earlier. Right? And on the E, now the second time you go around, you move down an octave. And the rhythm changes slightly. Okay? You'll have to hear this. So you go down, drop down from the B flat. Immediately move up to a B flat octave with an F in the middle with your index finger. Then move back down. F, and on the C. Now if you want, you can leave out this move up to the B flat octave, but to maintain the rhythm of the original song and the original tonality of the song, you want to add that in. But you don't have to. Together it sounds like this. Together it sounds like this. Move down. Now we move on to the pre-verse that happens after the chorus. Now I believe in the original it's actually played on the piano, and we'll try to mimic it pretty precisely. So in your right hand, you move all the way up here, and you're playing a B flat. Notice how I leave the bottom note in as often as possible. That's how Chris Martin plays it. Now in our left hand, we're playing the same chords that we played in the verse, except up an octave. G minor, B flat suspended second, F, the A on top, to a C. Together it sounds like this. Together it sounds like this. Alright, not too bad. Now we move on to the second verse. It's changed a little bit, and it's actually easier than the first time we played it, I believe. Sounds better, at least. So in your right hand, instead of playing a G minor, you're actually playing a B flat. So it's what you were playing up here, down an octave. It changes a little bit. Actually, it's exactly the same. Now in your left hand, you play a B flat octave with an F in the middle, played with your index finger. And you move down to an A octave, maintaining that F. Play it again. And move down to a G octave with an E in the middle. The second time around, you play the B flat again but this time move down to a D octave with an A in the middle. Play it again, and move down to a C with a G in the middle. Alright, together it sounds like this. Now we move on to the life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterflies. So follow that melody, and all you're doing is playing single notes in your right hand. Onto that, but we'll get there in a minute. In your left hand, we're playing a G minor, a G, a B flat with your middle finger, and a G on top. With that sort of rhythm to it. Life goes on, it gets so heavy. You'll get it. Then you move your thumb down to the F while maintaining the G on the bottom and a B flat. Then just an F octave down to the C. Do that again. And again, we'll get to that part. Together it sounds like this. Okay, now for that, we're playing the same thing that we played right after the first part of the intro. Except when we get to this part, we play an F octave with an A in the middle. Right? Okay. Then we move up. So a C and an A. Okay, and then that goes into the chorus. In our left hand, we're arpeggiating the chords. So you start on a B flat, F, B flat, F, B flat. We're just going between those two notes. Hold it, move down to the F. So we're playing the fifths, the first and the fifths. F, C, F, C, F. Hold it. To the C fifths. C, G, C, G, C. And I add this onto the end. C, G, or I add this onto the end. C, G, C, C. I add this onto the end. C, G, C, C. Together it sounds like this. Together it sounds like this. playing a C octave with a G in the middle. Moving into the chorus. For this part in the left hand, we're playing the same rhythm and notes that we played earlier, except completely with octaves. You do it twice. So that's the entire left-hand chorus. Very slowly. Right? And then remember, you play that twice. In your right hand, you're mimicking the melody. Para, para, A-G-G, A-G, A-G, A-G-G. And these are octaves, right? So you go para, para, paradise. And then for the second paradise, you add in the C. Para, para, paradise. Do it again. Octaves, octaves, paradise, C, C, paradise. You do it one more time. Para, para, paradise. Whoa, whoa. C, F, G, A, C, E, D, G. Do it again. Para, para, paradise, para, para, paradise, para, para, paradise. Whoa. Then it's a little different. G, E, D, C. Right? And that's the entire chorus. So put together, it sounds like this. So for the next part, which is the lead up into the third chorus, we're throwing back to the introduction. And we play the exact same introduction bit in our right hand as we did at the very beginning of the song. Except in our left hand, we're playing a pulsating beat. Right? G. They're octaves, so we're hitting the high note. And we played through that 3 times, just like we did in the intro before going into. Right? Alright, so put together, it sounds like this. I'll play it very slowly. exact same. I'll play through it very slowly. And remember, the right hand is the exact same thing we played at the beginning. If you don't remember exactly how to play it, go back to the beginning of the tutorial. Now we go high. The exact same thing in the right hand. Sky, right? So, and so lying underneath those stormy skies, I say, whoa, you know the sun is left to rise. The only different part we're playing in the right hand is at the very end. Right? In our left hand, we play the exact same thing that we played earlier, right before the second chorus. Okay? Dreamed of para. So in your left hand, for this part, you're playing a C octave with a fifth, the G, played with your index finger. Okay? Stop. I'll play through this once more. Exact same chorus. So you play the chorus precisely like we did earlier. You go through it twice. Now the third time around, instead of playing, we're going to mimic the guitar, right? It's that Coldplay-esque guitar playing, and we're going to mimic it right here. Right? In our left hand, we're just playing our octaves. Okay? Okay? And then you play through the chorus once more time. Now we go to the end bit of the song. Right? So in our right hand, we're arpeggiating chords, starting with the G minor, the D D on the bottom. D, B flat, G, D, G. Chord, octave. Okay? Then move to the C and do the exact same thing. And then do it again. Now we move up to a D minor 7. So that's D, F, A, and C. And finally, we move to what I believe is a B diminished chord. That's D, F, B, and D. And then D and A. Now in our left hand, during the G minor chord, we don't play anything. But then for the C, we play C, G, C, G, so we play it twice. Then we move up to a D and an A, and then down to a B and an F, and then slip your pinky down to that B flat. And that's it. So that's twice on the B diminished. And then you can get fancy with the end if you want. And there you go. That's Paradise. It's been a wild ride, as this song is no picnic, as they might say. But thanks for bearing with me, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you didn't find it too difficult. I worked very hard on this tutorial, so subscribe, leave me a comment, do whatever you want to do. Alright, have a good day, you guys.